Next speaker is Chun Siu Mei with a speech title, Staying Alive. Staying Alive, Chun Siu Mei. Let's give another round of applause for Chun Siu Mei.
I saw him. He was walking across the discotheque with a very distinctive type of walk, which I later learned was called the banana walk by his good friends. But you know what? I looked, I liked, and I went. You can tell from the way he used his walk, he's going to be my man. No need to talk. That was the first time I first saw my first boyfriend in Malaysia. And I really had the hots for him. So 2 days later, I managed to get a date arranged with him. It was in a nice romantic restaurant. I wasn't really myself. I spoke softer like the lights. I smiled sweetly like the music. So I was quite thrilled when he leaned across the table. He looked at me in the eye. He held up his glass and he spoke these words. "Hey, you're quite a cheap date." And I was so stunned. So I leaned across the table. I held up my hand. I bopped him in the eye. And I said, "You are a rude date." Then to my extreme embarrassment and acute anguish, I found out I misunderstood him. He wasn't saying that I was cheap. What he meant was that I was cheap to date, because I don't drink alcohol like all his other dates. I only drink sky juice, water. So to make up to him, I thought, what should I do? I decided to invite this young man for the pleasures of my home. Cooked meal. Saturday came, and like some intelligent person said, women go shopping to see what they want to buy. So I went to the supermarket. What should I cook for this man of my dreams? Shall it be nasi lemak? Brilliant idea. Everyone loves nasi lemak. But then I said, no, not good enough. Thrown away. Then I saw live prawns. And I said, wow, this is the first time in Malaysia we're selling live prawns in the supermarket. So I looked at the price, very expensive. I could only afford 4 prawns. Sir, please give me 4 live prawns, which are so expensive. But before you give me, please pour away all the water because I want them dead. So I took my 4 prawns and I went home. I threw them into the sink, ready to wash them. You know what happened? The prawns started prancing and dancing just like John in Saturday Night Fever. Yes. And I was so squeamish because I couldn't handle it. To me, they weren't John Travolta. They were more like my nightmare in Prawn Travolta. I gathered all the dancing prawns and I said, what should I do now? Sometimes when you're in a state of panic, genius hits your mind. I remember reading somewhere that if you put men into cold storage, for 20 minutes, they will die of hypothermia. So I took the prawns, I stuffed them into the freezer. And I said, no more staying alive, no more staying alive. And I left them there. 1 hour later, I came back. I took the prawns out, ready again to wash them. And I threw them into the sink. And, they're still staying alive. And really, their feelers and legs were going like that. What should I do? I decided I had to kill them, because dinner was in 1 hour. I took them this time, and I said, what would most men dream of if they were to die? And since my boyfriend that time loved to drink wine, I decided if I'm going to let the prawns die, they might as well die in drunken bliss. So out came the Chinese wine. I poured it all over the prawns and I said, huh, die, huh? No more staying alive, no more staying alive. And I took the prawns, I put them in the steamer. Ding dong, the bell rang, and my hero walked in, not knowing all the troubles I had. We actually had a lovely dinner that night. And I was a cheaper than cheap date, you know why? He ate all 4 prawns, I couldn't bring myself to eat. And I think that's what made him like me. He must have thought, this girl got low maintenance. Can feed her nasi lemak without anchovies also, she will be okay. You know, these prawns left a mark in my life. They really struggled to stay alive. They fought all the way to stay alive. They lasted hours trying to stay alive. Then you will look at me and say, you mad woman. Why do they impress you so much? They died. Yes, my friends, they died. Fellow Toastmasters, contest chair, judges, and guests. The prawns died. And I realized it is not how long they lived that mattered. It is not how they died that mattered. It is how did they live their life that mattered. That 30 years down the road, I can tell you stories about my prawn travolta. So I realized that if I were to live my life, I have to live it in such a way that I leave good memories, sweet memories, juicy memories in the hearts of all my loved ones and in my community. And to top it all off, today, 30 years down the line, that young man and this young lady are still staying alive, still married, and I hope that for many, many more years, we will continue to stay alive. Did I get the post right? Who cares as long as we stay alive? Thank you.